Tonight, the DNC, the Democrats, now communists, will wrap up their convention and officially make Kamala Harris their party's nominee. And the Operation Mockingbird assets are following their talking points to a T.
And it was though someone had plugged in a cable, a current was connected, and there was pure electricity in the room.
Thank you for sharing with us some of the electricity.
The energy is incredibly electric.
You know, it was just electric.
As sort of electric as I've ever seen it. It was absolutely electric.
Talk to me about the atmosphere in here. Is it electric?
Excitement, it is electric.
Senator Schumer wasn't lying when he was saying that there's a lot of electricity and excitement right now.
Okay, you get the point, but it goes on and on and on. Last night, Tim Walz, Kamala Harris's VP running mate, gave his big speech at the convention, who is about as masculine as Richard Simmons.
They are doing so in trying to put forward male figures, Tim Walz being one of them, Doug Emhoff last night, who can speak to men out there who might not be the sort of testosterone-laden, gun-toting kind of guy who wants to listen to Hulk Hogan and the kind of players that came out at the RNC. It's okay in 2024 to be a man comfortable in his own skin who supports a woman. And that's something that they really are trying to work on with male voters beyond the base.
Obviously, being a sissy is one of the primary platforms for the Democrat Party, and here's MSNBC also distancing themselves from the toxic masculinity of the Republican Party.
Trying to own masculinity in the most regressive, sort of misogynist way possible. J.D. Vance lecturing everybody on, what a family means, what it means to be a man. Donald Trump obviously has his own version of manhood. To see Tim Walz out there,
a total sissy,
as a man who is just joyfully embracing his role.
Effeminately embracing his role.
The potential vice president, she's a woman, the nation's first female president,
is rather pathetic, actually. Because this convention has been going on for hours every night, it would be impossible to keep track of the lies, but here is perhaps one of the most hilarious.
For 20 years, Kamala Harris has been tough as nails when it comes to securing our border.
On Tuesday night, they pulled out the big guns. Barack Obama decided to leave one of his palatial estates and lecture the American people that the government is never corrupt, and how dare the Republicans ever say such thing.
The other side knows it's easier to play on people's fears and cynicism, always has been. They will tell you that government is inherently corrupt, that sacrifice and generosity are for suckers.
Generosity and sacrifice for Democrats means taking tax dollars from middle-class people and giving it to illegal aliens, of course. And they're so desperate to try to brainwash the American people that Kamala Harris is somehow qualified to be the president because she's a black woman. They're pulling out all the big celebrities. Last night, Oprah Winfrey was featured, where she said that she, too, has been the victim of racism.
I've seen racism and sexism and income inequality and division. I've not only seen it, at times I've been on the receiving end of it.
Income inequality means that because she's black, she's been so oppressed that she's only worth $3 billion instead of 10. This convention may be the most cringeworthy event on television all year. There are no words to describe just how bizarre it is. This clip, by the way, is not a meme. This is actually from CNN at the convention.
We just try to do the best we can to save them. And if the place happens to belong to a childless cat lady,
she's like, yeah, me. Bill Clinton even spoke last night just so he could get away from Hillary Clinton for a little bit. I'll spare you any of his speech because it's the usual nonsense, but I will show you this meme that used some AI voice cloning.
And sure, I went to Jeffrey Epstein Island 27 times. It was fun as hell, the time of my life, but then Hillary killed him and I couldn't go anymore. So now I'm stuck with this,
The Democrats are trying to pretend that they haven't been in power for 12 of the last 16 years and are pinning all of the country's problems and everyone's personal problems on Donald Trump. They're so out of touch with reality that the Trump campaign put together this ad, which literally just consists of Kamala Harris talking and then the Trump campaign just adding their bumper at the end.
A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And while the media machine has done a tremendous job in portraying Kamala Harris as the savior of the Democrat Party and America, it's obviously all synthetic. This is going to be a very close election, but some of the polls show that she's not ahead in a single battleground state. And who would have thought that we could find hope in Don Lemon, former CNN host turned wannabe YouTuber, is now trying the man on the street style, and he took to the streets of Chicago, I believe, to try to interview women about what they think of Kamala. And it didn't exactly go as planned.
How are you feeling about the election?
I'm going for Trump. I feel like every time they don't want somebody who is good for us to win, they throw somebody black in our face thinking that's going to like make us vote for the black person.
I voted for Obama because he was black. I don't want to vote for her because she's the first black woman to run for president or to win.
I don't vote.
Well, I want Donald Trump. I'm sorry. I want Donald
Why
Trump.
do you apologize?
Well, I know nobody likes him, but we had good times with Donald Trump.
I'm running for Trump, so.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why?
Yeah. I don't know. I just always been a fan of his, so that's what I'm running for.
I used to be against Trump. I used to live in Virginia. I saw the bad side of it, but really moving to Cleveland, but I saw the other side of it.
I'm supporting Trump.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
Because?
Because it has to change.
Yeah.
It has to change, and now I vote more for what fits me better as a person rather than voting for the black person or voting for the first woman. So.
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
I think they say she phony and fake, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I'm like Trump saying, you know, what are you, you know? So I just.
It's amazing that Don Lemon actually posted this, but the reason he did is because he can't believe that there are so many black women out there who don't support Kamala. And now Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is expected to announce that he's dropping out of the race on Friday and will endorse, guess who? Donald Trump. Hey, and if you endorse Donald Trump and you enjoy my YouTube channel and you want to get a great shirt, head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. You get your Trumpomania shirt, your Fight, Fight, Fight shirt, or any of my awesome designs, all available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.